Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 15th episode of Knits and Pieces podcast. We're a knitting podcast.
Yep.
Today is June 21st, I think.
Yep.
And we're coming to you from London, Ontario, Canada, where Jacqueline lives.
Yep.
This is Jacqueline. Yep, that's right. Mummy.
This is Zoe.
And that's Zoe. And this is Noelle.
Grandma. Yeah.
Mommy.
Yeah. Where's Grandma? Grandma.
Yeah.
So it's been probably about, I think, a month and a half. We intended to podcast earlier, but we didn't quite get there. Anyway, we'd like to thank everybody for watching, any new subscribers and, you know, anybody that's been with us since the beginning. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
Life's been a little busy.
It has.
Yeah. So I think since last time.
What are you doing?
Say hi, Dad.
Hi,
Hi, Daddy.
Anyway, since the last time I was away in Florida
Yes.
at a knitting retreat in Sarasota,
Daddy.
and it was amazing. There was a beautiful yarn store there too called A Good Yarn, and I had a class with Hohi Locatelli and Vera Balamaki and Caitlin Hunter. Yeah, it was great. So, and then after that we had a baptism.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, we had Isla's baptism, and then after that
A wedding.
we had a wedding. And who was in the wedding? Were you a flower girl?
Were you a
Anyway,
flower
Zoe
girl?
was a flower girl and a little bit better behaved than.
Are you being a monkey?
Anyway, so
Aw.
can't believe that this is already.
I know.
what
The
is
end
it?
of June already. Almost
getting
July.
towards the end of June. So
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit today about what we've made, what we're
Yep.
making, maybe
A cowl maybe that we've got.
that's coming up.
Start.
Yep. So I guess now we can move on to
For our 3G section?
Our 3G section. Oh, that's right, our 3G section. So for our 3G section this time, we're actually all have the same pattern of socks.
Yes.
Okay, what kind? Are you going to show everybody your socks, though?
You want to show
Can
everybody
you show your socks?
You ready?
No.
Ready?
Look. Oh, where are these socks?
Hey.
Can you show? Pick your foot up. Oh.
Show the camera. Wow.
So we all have some variation of we all have
Socks
some
on a
variation of
plane.
socks on a plane. So
Plane.
Jacqueline and Zoe have matching ones,
Yep.
and then mine are a little different, and we'll talk about them when we get into our
Those.
FOs.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it for now with Zoe, isn't it, Zoe? Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye-bye.
Bye. Can you give everybody a hug? Yay, hugs. Okay, say see you later.
See you later. Mwah.
Yellow.
Well, that's purple. Now we're on to admin.
Yep.
Okay, do you want to talk about our current knit along?
Sure. So we still have our sock KAL that's going on for the rest of the year.
And we should say, there are actually some patterns out there for crochet socks. So if someone wants to crochet socks, that's
definitely.
that's
Yeah.
fine
Them
too.
Yeah. Crochet socks. Have you ever crocheted socks?
I've not
before?
ever crocheted socks, but
It'd be interesting.
Mhm.
Anyway, so it's ongoing. We've got how many pairs in there?
I think there's 196.
6. So close to 200 pairs
Yep.
in there. And again, if you haven't entered, keep on entering
That's right.
until the end of the year. But we have picked another winner.
For this. Yep.
And that is Hunter's Ma, who is Linda on Ravelry. And she knit the goat size socks, and those are by
Tracy Miller. Yep.
of the Grocery Girls. So congratulations, Linda. If you want to reach out to Mom through Ravelry.
Yep. So I'm if you go into the Ravelry group where you entered, and down at the bottom you can just click on its ends, knits and pieces, and you can contact me and give me your mailing address, and I'll get that in the mail to you.
And
So, congratulations, but
should
I'm
we
going
show
to
her
show
who
her.
asked.
Yeah, I was going to say I have to show
Do you
her
want to
what
hold it, or
won.
do you want me to? I can hold it.
You hold it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a sock sack.
Oh,
I think
okay.
actually it's called an itty bitty sock sack. I can't remember. Anyway, it is by the Tangled Stitch Shop.
Yep.
And that is my friend Kelly, and she makes beautiful bags. And this is a nice drawstring bag.
I won't close it, but it's
It's kind of,
I don't know
you know,
where to put it.
fall themed, but you know, we're already halfway through the year.
almost getting there.
I know,
Yeah,
it's hard to
crazy.
believe.
It's gonna be July soon.
So anyway, so yeah, beautiful bag, and we'll get that off in the mail to you. So just send me your contact info, and I'll get that in the mail.
And
Okay.
should we talk about, since it is almost already July, we're going to start another KAL?
Yes.
Which it seems kind of crazy to start this already, but I think maybe some people do start knitting stuff for gifts for Christmas or holidays.
Yes. Well, gifts or something that you're giving to somebody else.
Yes.
right? So when we look at this, Cal, we want it to either be something that you're gifting to someone else
Yep.
or something that you're donating to a
A
charity.
charity, yeah. So I think, what restrictions are we going to put on it?
Okay, we'll just say it has to be at least 50 grams of yarn.
Yarn?
Okay.
Okay.
So-
but it can be any fiber-related project,
Right.
right? So it
Yes.
doesn't have to be knitting. It could be, again, crochet.
Yep.
What did we say?
Weaving.
Like weaving. Punch needle.
Punch needle.
I need to think of that up again.
Sure, as long as you use 50 grams of fiber.
Fiber,
Okay,
yeah.
but not spinning, because I don't know, should we have spinning?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, because if you spin 50 grams of fiber and you're going to gift it to somebody.
Yeah, why not?
Sure, so spinning too. So
Okay. So we said, because kind of like the Christmas in July thing, we're going to open it July 1st.
Right.
Until the end of the year.
Yeah, it's going to go till the end of the year, and we might, like, throughout the year, maybe pick a couple of pattern prizes where you can choose a pattern for yourself, and then
Sure.
at the end of the year,
We'll do a much
bigger prize, and it'll be like a gift to you after all
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess if you want to start your gift giving, knitting, or
Gives you incentive to start thinking about what you want to do for Christmas and maybe making some plans.
yeah.
So, are you knitting anything for Christmas?
I gotta finish knitting some stuff for Father's Day. I'm still behind on.
Actually, so do I. But I actually do still have some socks that are already done and set aside for
Yeah,
Christmas.
I have some ideas of some of the yarn that I've picked up that I'm gonna probably make for gifts for
Yeah.
Christmas. But
Yeah, and I think
haven't started
sometimes,
anything.
well, no, and sometimes, like, if you are more on a time crunch, like you are, obviously, because you have
to
less
think
time
ahead.
than I do.
Yeah.
You have to realistically figure out how much time you're going to have and what you're
Yeah.
able to do. Like, you don't
Some
want
of
to
us
set your
can't
goals.
like just whip up 20 things.
No, but you don't want to
in
have
2
your goals
weeks.
so high that you're frustrated because you're not getting it done.
Yeah.
Because the holidays should still be fun and you shouldn't feel stressed out. So hopefully if you start now thinking about it,
Well, and it's nice to give a gift to somebody that you've enjoyed making.
yeah,
Right? That you're not just
that you're like at the last minute.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not that, remember the one sweater I knit for Daniel one year, and I can say this because it was in Target, but he picked it. Do you remember the one I'm talking about? It was the big heavy one, and he wanted wolves on it.
oh yeah.
So I had
yeah.
had to design it. I hate doing in Target. I hate knitting in thick wool, and
That's what you want for Christmas.
he loves it.
Yeah.
But I hope nobody else wants one. So,
Anyway, that's it for admin, right?
that's it for admin. So now, do you want to move on to finished objects?
Sure.
Okay. Now we're on to
FOs?
FOs. Yes, I have a few. It's been a while since we podcast.
Has it? I think you just knit really
Yes.
quickly.
No, it's been a while since we podcast, so I have.
You also just knit really quickly.
I do have a few finished objects. So, for some reason, it seemed like I was really on a Caitlin Hunter
Kind of
kick.
kick, yeah.
Well, maybe it was because I went to that retreat and I actually met her
Yep.
and got inspired by. Well, I actually had the Tenya already done
Right.
before I went because I wore it there.
Yep.
So I was working on this last podcast, and this is the Tenya by Caitlin Hunter, and this is done in Holstgarn Coast.
Yep.
So Coast is a blend of cotton and wool, so it's 45% cotton, 55% lamb's wool, and that colorway is called Amber.
It's really pretty.
So, and it's really soft.
Yeah, nice
Like
and
it's
light.
really nice after it's been washed.
Yep.
And this only took 2.05 balls of the Coast, and
Yeah,
a
which
50
is
gram ball. So like
awesome.
it weighs
Nothing.
nothing.
And it was really good. Like, that's really good
Oh, it has
value
really good
for-
value.
Yeah.
Yes. So modifications that I made. First of all, in the
To make
pattern.
it shorter, is it?
Nope.
No?
No, but in the pattern, the tension is like 22 stitches per 4 inches.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't like that tension with the Coast. It was too loose. So this is actually more like 26 stitches
Okay.
for
Yep.
4 inches. So then I just adjusted and did, like I had to do a bigger size.
Size,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the only other modification that I made was on the pattern itself, the armholes or the depth of the arm, it's quite narrow.
Mhm.
And I didn't want it quite
Excuse me,
as
sorry.
tight. Bless you. I didn't want it quite as tight, so I just kind of measured around my arm and gave it a little bit of ease, and then I left that amount of space and then picked up,
Yep.
stitches according to my gauge so that I'd have the width that I wanted around the arms.
Yeah.
So
nice.
that was the changes that I made on that. And then once I did that one, I thought I should do a baby
Little
one.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
so
kind
cute.
of, again, modified the pattern to fit. Well, I thought actually it was going to fit Zoe, and she can get it on, but it's a little tight. It would
It's-
actually be a
yeah,
little
your
bit better if
arms
it
are
was
full
looser
tight.
for her. So that's made in Dale Garn, or Dale of Norway baby wool, so it's baby wool. So it's 100% superwash wool, and that color is called soft pink. This yarn I bought, I would say it's got to be at least 25 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I never had any more girl babies, so it never got
maybe
used.
pink. Maybe not an antenna, but
No. So anyway, so now I have girl babies to knit for. But anyway, so I cut the size down. That one actually, we'll put some pictures in because Molly had it on, and Molly's one of my other granddaughters, and she's a little bit slimmer than Zoe, so it fit her nice around here, but it was actually still, it's actually a little bit short on her. Well, yeah, but it looked cute as a crop top. So then Rachel also put it on Isla,
baby Isla,
and baby Isla's only 2 months old, and it actually was a little long on her, but it looked like tunic length. So I think this one's going to be for Isla, and then I'm going to knit another one for Molly and Zoe.
Yeah,
and then we'll have to get their picture all in their tenures together. But it is like, the fact that you could put it on all of them means that if I make Zoe's and Molly's a decent size, they should be able to wear it for quite a while.
For a while, yeah.
Because they'll be able to wear it with leggings and stuff first, and then as a little crop top as it gets shorter. So, okay. So those were the first Caitlin Hunter ones, and those, to get the tension that I got, I used a 3 1/4 millimeter needle on those. So, okay. My next sweater is also another Caitlin Hunter, and this is the Novelli. And that was one that she released, I think it was just before I went to Florida, and I actually started it in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, so the yarn.
I don't think I saw this one.
Maybe not, because I started it. I didn't have it on the last podcast. I started it actually when we went to Florida. So this one I did on a 3.5 millimeter needle, and again, it's Caitlin Hunter's pattern. And I always find with her patterns that I have to go up a needle size to get the tension that she gets. So she, I think, is a looser knitter. So that is made in, the main color here is Emma's yarn Hella Hank, and that is an MCN, so merino cashmere nylon.
It feels nice.
It feels nice. The color is Gypsy Market. The Hella Hank is actually 150 grams and not 100 grams. So I actually used 103 grams.
Okay.
So most likely if you were doing it, and that's probably a pretty small size, most likely if you were doing it in like, an adult medium, you'd have to have another second skein of the main color. Then the other colors in here, the pink is Life in the Long Grass Twist, and that color is called Jezebel. And I think of that I used, 46 grams. And then the creamy color with just little flecks through it is Fleece Artist Cottage Socks, and that is their cardamom colorway. And for that one I used 30 grams. So basically the pink and the cream were actually leftovers that I had from doing other things. So it was nice to be able to pretty much use them up. So the only differences I think that I made in that was when you do this sleeve.
I was going to say, like you did with
so you knit the other color, and then you were supposed to cast it off like together with, I just cast it on and then sewed it. So I just cast it off and sewed it, and because it's right in the seam, you really can't notice, you can't tell.
Oh, it's nice. It's kind of cool that it's got that like.
So then you just kind of see that little pop of color right around your arm. And it's really comfortable to wear. I've had it on a few times, and
it's nice, like right before, like in between.
Like
not too hot right now, but
and fall. I don't know that you'd want to wear it right in the middle of summer.
But
okay, so that was another Caitlin Hunter, and then this one I actually got inspired while I was at the retreat in Florida, because and the class that Caitlin Hunter did that I took, she had a sample to try on, and I didn't think I'd actually like this sweater on me, but when I tried it on, I really did like it.
You know what's funny is when you're knitting this, I was like, I don't know if that's really my style, but you know what? Seeing it finished, like it actually like I really love this bottom part. I love this bottom part. I love the yoke too, but I mean, I don't know what it is about this.
The rice stitch, or lice stitch. I think it's lice. I know, I do think it's lice. I'm not sure, but so that is the Soldotna. So my colors that I use, the navy and this greenish color and the variegated one, those are all Miss Babs Yowza, and that was yarn that I actually got when I went to
a worsted weight.
Yes, it's a light worsted, so sometimes it's classed as a DK, but that was the yarn I got when I went to Rhinebeck. Rhinebeck, yes. So basically the navy, I used all of it. Like I didn't have anything left. So I actually, when I was down at the bottom, I got down to here, and I stopped, and I went back and did my sleeve bands, and then I came and did the band here with what I had left, so that I could use as much as I could of it. The green is called Coventry. And I think that I only used, where is it here? Not very much, 42 grams. And then the coffee break is kind of this variegated one that's up at the top here.
Yep.
It's got kind of some browns and stuff in it. That one I only used 27 grams. And then the cream color here that's got little flecks through it is actually a Madeline Tosh DK. And that colorway is Modern Fair Isle, and I used a whole 100 gram skein on that one. And I actually did the body longer than what it calls for. And that's,
I say it's not
because I think it only
long.
calls for where you would cut it about here, but then it would just kind of like come to my rib cage, and I didn't want that. Like I wanted to be able to wear it without worrying about having another sweater underneath. So it's still nice if you wear it with something that's higher waisted, but at least it still does come down kind of to the top of my hip bone. So yeah, and I haven't worn it yet because it's been too hot. Like it is a DK weight sweater, so it is. You can try it. Well, you can try it on and see. It would be a good first color work sweater. Yes. Yeah. Now, one thing that I did do actually made.
How did you pick your colors?
Well, the three Miss Babs yarns actually came in a little trio pack, so they were already together. So I kind of just looked at what I had. To go. But anyways, there is short rows at the back of the neck. And when I was doing it, I made a mistake. It was like it said to go over this far, and then you were supposed to come back across, and you were supposed to go past your beginning of the round marker. And I didn't. I read it wrong. I only went to that. So once I got it done and it was time to like join up, I thought, what am I going to do? So all I did was I centered the part that I had short rowed to the back of the neck. And then moved my start of round and then finished it. And actually it ends up, I actually like it better because then the neck comes down a little lower and it's not up so high on. But whether I can remember exactly how I did that or not, I don't know. But, okay, so that's all of my Caitlin Hunter sweaters.
But not all of your sweaters.
No, I just have one more sweater.
Just one more.
Okay. So this is...
Oh, that's cute.
This is called Maple Buds, and it is by Natalie V on Ravelry. And her username on Ravelry is Redhead Nada. So Redhead Natalie.
Okay.
So, but she does have lots of other patterns, and her patterns are nice. So this is done in Anzula Breeze.
Okay.
And
Anzula, what is that? Because like it's light like the coast.
It's silk and linen, so it's 65% silk, 35% linen. Again, it
feels like nothing. Like
it comes in. It looks like big cakes, but they're only I think about 114 grams, and I think I used like 105 grams. So I used almost the whole cake of it, but still, so it weighs only about 100 grams. The whole sweater. That was done on a 3.25 millimeter needle. It's just got kind of like the lacy yoke, and then it flares out at the bottom. And you could have done a narrower version, but I kind of like the flare. And there's also another version on the sleeve that the sleeve is more flared.
Okay.
But I just kind of wanted just a plain sleeve to come. So again, use basically all of the, I think I had 6 grams left of the yarn. And that colorway is called Key Lime.
Key Lime.
And I got it in Florida. So, and because I got it at a good yarn in Florida, beautiful yarn shop in Florida, and now I have a little souvenir from the trip.
Yeah, nice.
So, okay, so that's it for my sweaters.
For your sweaters. So now on to socks / my
socks. Yes.
My one FO.
Now on to socks.
So I think I had one sock done last time.
Yes.
But I finished my socks on a plane.
Hey, they look awesome.
Laura Linneman.
Yep. So, and she is Lala on Ravelry, and she's part of the Knit Girls.
Yes.
So
yeah, I knit these in Leo and Roxy 80/20 sock.
Yep.
In the tea rose colorway.
Yeah, that color is really pretty.
Yeah, I really, really like this color. I really like the way they turned out. They fit me perfectly. So I've got a bunch of other Leo and Roxy now that I want to make socks, because when you find that, right, like, you know your tension and it fits you perfectly. Like,
then you don't want to think, right?
Yeah,
when you're
exactly.
doing it. Yeah.
So I have two, just to prove that they are finished.
Yes.
And these are the same colorway that
Zoe's
little socks.
And that was one skein that did both.
That did both. Yes. Yeah. So it's good yardage too.
I
don't have small feet, so
no. Yeah, they're nice. So how did you like doing the socks on a plane?
You know what? It was. Cables aren't as like terrifying as I thought they were going to be.
But isn't that nice too, though? Because you can tell how much you've done by the the number of cables that you've done.
So yeah, I could just count.
This is socks on a plane is my. I would have to say it's probably my
favorite
sock pattern, one of my favorite sock patterns. So that's my pair that we talked about a little bit in the 3G segment, and it's done in Mary Maxim's Sweet Feet, and it's kind of I did try to match them so that the colors would
line up.
Look the same?
Yep.
And so then if you look at yours, your cuff that you didn't do a knit one, purl one rib. You did a knit two, purl two rib.
So, and then I matched it up so that
so
the ribbing. So I had to actually, when I did the opposite sock, like I had to move it over.
Yes.
Which I screwed up the first time. I was just thinking that I'd just do the exact opposite, but then I was like, no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't easy.
So you just had to do a little bit of fiddling so that
they lined up.
Yeah. And then in this one, I did a knit one, purl one rib, but I took my cable right up into the cuff of the sock.
Yep.
So you can do that too. And then in Zoe's, I think I took the cable right up, but then hers is a knit two, purl two rib beside it. So there's lots of ways that you can do it to personalize it. And the original pattern is actually toe up.
Yes, which we
didn't do.
We don't do it all.
And put in the afterthought heel.
Yeah.
So, but you could do it with a heel flap and gusset, or So I really like it because it's just so easy to know where I am in the sock, and I'm not counting rows all the time because I can just count the numbers. And it just gives that like kind of a plain vanilla sock, just a little bit of something. Little extra.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do like that pattern. So.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure if this was 8 or 9 pair that I've done, but this is the first pair that are actually for me. Yes, all the other ones I gave away.
Yeah.
Okay, so my second pair of socks.
Can you hold them?
Yeah. Okay, so these are Charlotta the 4th, and that's a pattern that's just been released by Natalie Sheldon. And Natalie Sheldon is the maker behind Remembrance's Pottery.
Okay.
But she also designs gorgeous sock patterns. Well, I'm not sure if she's got other patterns out yet or not, but her socks patterns are colorwork patterns, and they're beautiful. So this one, I did a test knit for her. So this was done in this color here is the Leo and Roxy BFL sock. And the color is Peacock. And the pink is the Life in the Long Grass twist in the Jezebel colorway. And that color is also the color that's in my Novelli pullover by Caitlin Hunter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yes. So, and the pattern is kind of adaptable too, because you can either I've got like the 3 sets of flowers going down the top, but she also gives you instructions if you just want to do 2. And then this down here, you can put it in or you don't have to put it in. And she's also got a repeat of kind of this around here. So you could kind of extend the toe if you wanted to, and really, really nice pattern. A good pattern if it's your first colorwork sock, because the colorwork's not over the whole entire sock. And really easy and fun to do. And again, in a colorwork pattern, it's the same thing. I don't have to count rows because it's in the chart, so I know exactly where I am. And that one has, that's a heel flap and gusset in the sock. But again, I mean, you can do socks how you want.
Yeah, you can still do
I do like doing an afterthought, but the nice thing about a heel flap and gusset is when you've done the toe of the sock, you're done the sock.
Yeah.
You know, with putting in the afterthought, you still got to go back in and put in the heel.
Which is, I
don't mind, but it was nice when I kind of kitchenered off the toes here and thought,
you're done.
That's right. So, so great pattern if you want to try colorwork in socks.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've got just
two more.
I did a couple of shawls. So we had a wedding. We had a wedding that we went to. My son, your brother, got married. So I didn't know, it was the end of May, didn't know if you're going to need a shawl or not. And actually this shawl was nice. I had it at the rehearsal party. And actually it kind of goes with this dress. So anyway, so this is, the shawl pattern is the Wild Prairie shawl. And it is by Kalura Hudson. And Kalura Hudson is the same designer that did the Bracken mitts that we both just finished. So this is the same designer. So what I had to do with this, my son brought this yarn back for me from Japan. In Kyoto.
Kyoto, not Kyoto?
Kyoto.
Okay, you're not in there. Kyoto, yes. So remember, because you weren't sure what you would make with this, right? Because it was a different. Well, you weren't even sure what the.
When I went and looked at their website, it's from Avril Yarns, and when I went and looked at their website, this is actually a combination of 3 different yarns that they roll together for you. So I found a couple of them. So there's one is a cotton, I think one is a silk, and the other one's either a cotton or a linen. So what I did was I rolled off like 5 or 6 grams of it, weighed it, and then measured how much was in that, so I'd know what my yardage was. I knew I had 200 grams of yarn. So then I figured out what the yardage was, and then based on the yardage,
I could figure out
what I could knit with it.
Makes sense.
So this shawl, the Wild Prairie shawl, is actually calls for chunky yarn. So that was actually done on an 8mm needle, which means like 8mm needle. There's only 200 yards or 200 meters of yarn it like knit up
really quickly.
Super fast.
Yeah.
And it's a really pretty pattern. Like, and literally, I think I had like a length of yarn like that left. I used like every drop of the yarn. So, and it feels nice. And it's not super heavy. And it's nice for throwing around your shoulders like in the summer because it's not, you don't get that sweaty feel like you sometimes can get.
Well, and the pattern itself is pretty.
Yeah.
Airy,
it's pretty. Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So that is the first shawl. And then the second shawl that I did. This one is called The Trip to Pirates Cove.
This colorway, it's like, you know when you look at bubbles and you see all the colors?
Yes, like iridescent.
Like.
Yes, yep. And this is called The Trip to Pirates Cove. It's by Melinda Mesor. And this yarn is Knitting Wolf Luxury Yarn Sock It To Me Baby. Okay, and it is an MCN, so it's a 70-20-10, so it's got 20% cashmere in it. This is a yarn that I got when I was in Tatamagouche last year in Nova Scotia, and this is a special colorway that Barry from Knitting Wolf Luxury Yarns dyed specifically for the yarn store in Tatamagouche.
Oh, okay.
And the color is called October Sunrise over Tatamagouche. So really pretty, and this
crazy.
This pattern is awesome for using up, like if you've got a single special skein of yarn.
Yep.
Because that's one skein. And it's still like plenty long enough. When I've worn it, I've like tied the ends.
Yep.
Because it's long. But it's a perfect way to showcase like one special skein.
Yeah.
Yep. And I would definitely do this pattern again. And even as it was, like the eyelets were maybe supposed to end here. Since it's just the eyelets at the bottom, you can just keep on
going,
using your yarn until you run out of yarn.
Yep, and then you use up.
And then you use up all of your yarn.
Right?
Yeah, and I mean it's really easy to wear. It's just, and I really like it.
Yeah.
So I would definitely do this pattern again, and it feels amazing, and I love the yarn and the color. And this yarn, like it looks like it's super saturated, and a lot of his yarns are really like intense colors like that. When I blocked this, there was not one drop of color that came out in the water, because I thought that there might have been, but there was not one drop of color that came out in the water. So I definitely want to get some more of that, and because he's got some gorgeous colors if you follow on Instagram, and I would definitely do more of these. So that's it for FOs. So now we are on to whips. Yes.
I'll go first because I'm working on one right now. So I'm just making another super simple diamond dishcloth. Because we talked about this, like I obviously don't knit as fast as Mom does, so I don't have as many finished projects as you, but stuff like this is really easy to do, and I mean I only started.
Well, it is. I told you. I know. I said to you, you should get a dishcloth on the go because you can pick it up and just do a row.
Yeah, and honestly, these are awesome. Like I love these for. I mean, with now is always sitting at the table and eating. Like I'd rather be using something like this that's really soft, wiping her hands, face, or whatever, and they wash up like awesome. So I have so much of this stuff that there's no reason for me not to
you've got a lot of. I think you've got a lot of.
I have this, which I'm knitting.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
This is the Estelle Suds.
Yes.
I think just the pink variegated colorway.
But yeah, I like that color.
I also have just like a plain pink.
Yeah.
I think I still have some more. Like,
well, I know we talked about that before. Like when you knit a couple of them and put them together and put a little bow in them. Like if you put like 3 together,
it would be a nice little gift. Yeah. With some nice soap or something too. But then I've also got like lots of dishes.
Yes.
Still, and I think I even have some Premier cotton from Mary Maxim that I picked up a while ago. So. Yeah, that's on my list of just stuff to knit because, like I said, they're super simple as the pattern says.
And you can knit them anywhere, right? And they're just garter stitch, so it's not. Yeah. You don't have to think about it.
They're not something crazy pattern, but I mean for a dishcloth, like, I think that's okay. So
anyway, so I had picked up some of this. So one of my whips is dishcloths too. This is the Bernat Handicrafter, but it's scrub off. So I just wanted to try it
to see.
So so I've done a couple of them already, but they have like this little part that's got like I don't know what you call it.
I don't know.
Scrubby.
What that is.
It is cotton. It's all cotton.
Yeah.
It's 100% cotton. So I thought that would be kind of nice because it gives you a little bit more texture, like if you're washing dishes that have some leftover food or whatever on them.
Yep.
And then I also thought, like, that might be nice for, like, a face cloth because you'd get that little like, exfoliating, because it's not hard.
Yeah,
like,
it's still not, pretty soft. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just that the texture is a little bit different, right? So, and that's still the same pattern, right?
Yeah, it's still the same pattern.
Which is, who did we say? That's Louise Patterson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't think we said that, but...
Yeah. But anyways,
I mean, enough of these dishcloths.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and I was doing these, and I thought, well, I wonder how much I'm going to get, like, out of a ball.
Yeah.
So I weighed one of them. It weighed 27 grams. And this ball is like 250 grams.
So you got lots of dishcloths.
Got lots of dishcloths to knit out of that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So that's our first.
Yep.
And
so my second, I put this on. So because I finished my socks, so my socks on plane, I had to start another pair of socks / start and finish these because Father's Day has already come and gone, but Mike did get the yarn for Father's Day, which I've got the other ball here of, but it's the
Patton's Croy.
Patton's Croy, right? Croy
yes.
Sock yarn?
Yep. I think it's Croy sock.
But you said Dad, you haven't.
Yeah, Dad has a pair knit in those, and he loves them,
right?
Yes.
So I've just I just finished the cuff, so I'm starting, and I'm just gonna make them plain vanilla socks, but I think they'll look really cool when they're all knit up.
I forget what colorway that was called.
No, I don't. Do I still have that? Oh wait, I do.
Okay,
I do. So
there's the
spring leaf stripes.
Spring leaf stripes. Yep. It's pretty.
And it's 75-25.
Yep. Now this feels a little bit thicker than some of them.
Yeah,
but they wear
a little bit more.
It does wear really nice.
A little bit more like rustic.
Rustic.
You know what I mean? Not rustic,
not.
but you know what I mean. It's just the wool.
Yep.
Right. But
yeah, those would be nice. And now once you're done the cuff, it'll go faster.
Yeah. Yep. And this didn't. I mean.
Yeah, and you could do, like, if you want, you've got the black and the gray and the cream. Like you could do the heels or something in a different color.
Yeah.
For I found that if you do a pair of men's socks and you do the leg relatively long, you might not quite have enough for the But I mean, you're going to do an afterthought heel anyway.
Or I could even do the heels and toes in something different.
Yeah.
Just to switch up.
Well, I've actually got black croy if you need that. I think I've got gray croy. You said you had some gray.
I've got some gray.
It even looks nice if you put it with like cream.
Yep.
So lots of.
Maybe I'll give Mike the option since he's supposed to be for Father's Day and he's going to be getting them.
Well, you're farther ahead than me. Dad's yarn is not even rolled into cakes yet.
So that's not even a whip yet.
No, it's not.
Did you show that one? I can't remember.
I didn't. No, because I just got it.
Oh, okay.
So.
But yeah, that's my next whip. Do you have socks on the go? You must.
Yes, I do. And where are they? Mine are actually for Daniel, and they are for his birthday, which
has already come and gone.
which was before Father's Day.
You have knit how many sweaters, 2 shawls, and Dad's socks, and at least I got a baby, I can say.
Well, anyway, this is my whip for Daniel, and these are. The pattern is Hermione's Everyday Sock.
Yep.
You should try that pattern sometime.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit of texture. Yep. So.
Sorry, what's the yarn that you're knitting?
The yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. Mm-hmm. And the colorway is, do you want to tell them what the colorway is?
I can't remember
It's named after a bird.
Oh.
I
can't remember.
You can too. Oh. Okay. It's named after a bird. Remember that, but the color is called blue tit.
That's a bird.
I won't tell Daniel that that's what it's called. Anyway, so I do have the first sock almost done.
Yeah.
So I've got just my lifelines in there to put in an afterthought heel. So the toe here I did with leftover yarn that I've already knit a pair of socks with. It was Heidi's by hand yarn that I got in Nova Scotia, and it's just I really like it. It's just kind of like a tonal gray, and I'm going to do the heel the same. Yep. So, and I did a tubular cast on. You can see in the so I really like them. I just have to get motivated and get the second one cast on, and I will do that. So,
Daniel will get your socks soon.
Well, realistically, it's too hot. It's too hot for him to wear them right now, anyway. So
sure.
I did his girlfriend a pair. And she got hers. She got hers finished. Her birthday was 2 days before Daniel's. Hers got done.
So. Oh, poor Daniel.
Anyway.
So, my last whip, I've been working on for quite a long time. I am motivated to get this done though, because actually now that I pick it back up,
be wearing now.
Yeah,
yes.
And I think I've said probably multiple times, oh, it'll be done by next podcast. So I'm not going to say that, but I'm hoping that it is. I don't know if it will be or not, but it's my Davis sweater by Pam Allen. And I guess partly why maybe it's taking me a little bit longer is that with sweaters, I'm still a relatively new sweater knitter. So like when it comes to new sections of the pattern, I just kind of like getting your help.
Yeah,
even though I'm not, you didn't really help me all that much, but we can kind of talk through it.
I didn't help you all that much.
Well, you helped me. No, wait. No. So for the
But
part,
I didn't do it for you.
Yeah, that's what
right.
I'm saying. You didn't take
it
from me and like knit it for me.
No,
you
but I made you think about what.
Yes. But that was because you were telling me to do the pattern differently than how it was written.
Well, I was just telling you how I would do it. But.
Anyway, so it's a bottom-up sweater. And I've gotten to the point where I'm working on the...
You've already split at the
armholes. I've already split,
right?
Yeah, so I'm working on the neck and the
You're doing the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
and
can
even
see
on
it's
the
already
front,
much longer.
Right, even on the front, you've already got to the point where you have to put the neck in.
So I've just started doing, I guess, the neck.
Yeah, and I don't think,
shaping.
because when you did your last sweater, the Baldric one, it was top down.
Yes.
So it's totally different.
The way it's constructed, right?
Yeah.
So, because you said you would do this differently, but I'm pretty much following the pattern now.
That's right. I won't be here when you're working on it, so it's probably better that
I can just follow the pattern and not do it. And Mom's helped me walk me through it, and I understand both ways how she would do it versus what the pattern. But I mean, to each their own, I guess. But we did end up splitting it, so it's on two separate balls of
So you're working both sides at the same time.
Yes.
Whereas I would have, just so that I didn't have to have another ball attached, I would have finished one side and then went back and done the other side.
So you would have done this side and then gone back and done that.
But that's the same thing. Like lots of people do socks two at a time. But I prefer to just do one and then do the other. So it's all dependent on what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. So right now I'm finishing the front side.
Yes.
But doing the two sides of.
Yeah, and you said you're already at the point where you have to start doing a little bit of shoulder shaping.
Shoulder shaping, yeah. So I'm getting closer, and then I'm assuming it's very similar for the
back.
The
only thing, I didn't read it, but the only thing different with the back might come up a little bit higher than the front.
Yep. So it's not a very long sweater, so I don't think it's not going to take me too much longer.
It comes quite a bit over here, right? So you've got your sleeve kind of starts there. So when you actually get to the point where you have to do the sleeves are not
going to take long at all. Yeah, and I mean it's
pretty thick.
Worsted.
Yeah, it's considered a worsted. It's almost an Aran, I would think.
Yeah. So it knits up pretty quickly. So that being said, I'm hoping to have it done next podcast.
Yeah, and that's you tell them the yarn.
Oh, that's in the KnitsnCo Kestrel.
Yeah.
Minos. In the Minos colorway. So
very pretty.
Yeah.
You'll like it. You'll like wearing it.
Yeah, I think because that's part of it too is that I know I could be wearing it now because it's that temperature where at my work it can be kind of cold, but kind of. Yeah. No. So I have made a lot done. A significant, I think.
Yeah.
Considering all the other things I've got on the go, but. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
So, are you working on another sweater?
No.
No?
I have a whip.
Your next whip?
Yes. Okay.
Which is something new for you.
This is something new. I had
something you weren't sure you were gonna like.
Okay.
I guess partly.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I never tried it. This is brioche, so I decided that I should try brioche.
But you're not just gonna try regular brioche. Let's do a complicated pattern.
This is not that complicated, really. It's not. Anyways, it's fun. So this is called the porcelain cowl. So it's actually going to be a cowl. So you knit up so far in the triangle.
Yep.
And then you kind of knit up straight in the rectangle, and then it gets seamed together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just really liked the way the pattern looked. So I just thought I wanted to try it. And it only takes about a half a skein of each of 2 fingering weight yarns. So I had some left over.
Okay. Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's a good way to try it. And I did. I told you there is a mistake over here.
You can't tell.
I can tell. But anyways, it's my first
brioche.
So pattern. I don't think you'll be able to tell when you're wearing it.
No.
So anyway,
I really like the way
that color pops. Yeah, because when you turn around the back, Like that green kind of,
it's
because
not
it's
that
so
it's not,
solid. No, but it kind of
looks
takes
nice,
over.
But yeah,
but this is the
really
right side, and that's
right,
that. It really makes that color just pop.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
the light color here is the Emma's Hella Hank, the same one that I used in the Novelli.
Oh, okay.
So I still had about 50 grams left of it.
Yep.
And then this is the Leo and Roxy BFL sock.
Yep.
And I had about 50 grams left
from
of that.
those other socks.
Yeah. But I actually like the way the colors look even more than just holding them
together
like that.
Yeah.
Like I really like how it makes, and you can see all the colors in that lighter yarn too, like the variation in them. Yeah, so I'm actually really enjoying it, and like the way the brioche goes, there's one row that's kind of got all the pattern in it, and then the 3 rows after that are pretty. I don't even have to look at a pattern. So it's not
once
too
you get
bad.
used to
Once you get used, yeah. So there's one row that you're doing the pattern where you're increasing and decreasing to get like these shapes, but then the 3 rows after that are basically the same 3 rows that you kind of do after every pattern row.
Yep.
So and then it takes like 2 rows to make a row. So you're kind of knitting every row twice because you do it once with the one color and once with the other color. Yeah. Yeah, so it's fun. So who knows? There might be more brioche in my future.
Well, yeah, because were you showing me a cable kind of pattern that you were kind of
there was something that we were looking at something on YouTube or something last night, and it looked like cable brioche. Like, I'd like to try that.
Looks kind of cool, yeah.
So, okay, so that's that, and the pattern again was the porcelain cowl. That's by Raina K, and it actually just came out in June, and that's why I was just kind of looking through the new things on Ravelry, and I saw it and I liked it. Yeah. And realistically, for right now, it was on sale for like a little more than $1.
Yeah.
And I thought, for that, I'm going to take it and try it. And I definitely go back and look at more of her patterns now. I really like doing it. So, okay. And then my one final whip, which is in my Tangled Stitch bag.
She did start it!
So, do you know what this is? Do you want to tell them about this, Jonathan?
So I'm sure I showed this on Acquisition
at some point,
for another podcast, but I picked up these stains, 2 of them.
Yes.
What is this now again? I can't remember.
It is the Fiber Cove Meadow.
Yes, which I love this color.
Yes. This
Anyways, my plans 100% were to make Tanya out of it, but I'm just not as fast as a knitter as Mom, and like now that she's had knit hers and the little one for Zoe, which is too little, you're gonna end up knitting so many of these.
Yeah.
And Mom so graciously agreed
anyway
to help me knit this, so I'd actually be able to wear it.
I just started it.
So yay! I'm super excited.
It is really pretty. I do like that color. I'm like, do you know how many stitches I had to get on for this?
You didn't ask me what size, so I'm guessing it'll hopefully.
Well, because this yarn is a little bit finer again.
Yep.
So I'm basically doing you just one size up from what I did me.
Okay.
And that should be.
Yep.
So and this is that, like, it looks big across the bottom, but that's the I've already started decreasing, right? Yep. So yeah, it's really pretty.
Yay!
Yeah. Anyway, so
okay, I can't make fun of you now for not getting Daniel's socks done. Keep working on that.
So hopefully Daniel won't watch the podcast and see that I'm doing you a sweater.
So
anyway, so that is the Tanya, and hopefully
maybe next podcast.
Hopefully next podcast. Okay, so that's it for my whips.
Yeah, that's it for whips.
Okay, on to pieces.
Pieces?
Or acquisitions. Which first?
Pieces.
Pieces, okay.
You have some pieces this episode?
I do. Do you?
I do not.
No. Okay. I finished some tea towels. I finished some and I gave them to Grandma for Mother's Day.
Yep.
But I didn't get those ones back. But I finished this set. And these are 100% cotton.
Mm-hmm.
I just made up the pattern just based on a Fibonacci stripe sequence because I'm sort of a math nerd.
Sort of.
Anyways, but they turned out nice when you do that pattern. So they're basically just light gray and dark gray. So the sequence just goes across in the warp, and then when I wove it, so in the weft I just did the same thing. So and then the one in this last one I just kind of added another color at the ends just for a little pop of color. So I mean, because the light gray and the dark gray look nice, and then if you're like, I'm this set is actually for Rachel and Curtis for their anniversary, which was in March. Okay, but they're finally getting this. So, yeah, and Rachel's already seen them, so she knows.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so I finished those. So I'm really excited. I just bought, or just ordered, I haven't got it yet. I ordered another heddle for my loom.
Yep.
And then I ordered the adapter thing so that you can weave double the width of your loom.
Oh, okay.
So since mine's
larger.
since mine's a 32-inch wide loom, it means I'll be able to weave up to about 64 inches. So I'm going to try doing a blanket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool.
What will you use with that?
For the blanket? I'm going to use Briggs and Little.
Oh, yeah.
So the worsted weight, and I'll have to figure out what kind of a pattern I want to put in it. But I've got lots of Briggs and Little, so I'll use it up and do. Yeah. So I'm excited to try that. Who knows? Maybe I'll have it warped on the loom anyway by the next time. If so, I'll do a picture of it.
Yeah.
But that's it for
pieces.
So now on to acquisitions. So
you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. A couple of these I didn't buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just want to preface by
start
saying that.
With the Mother's Day one.
Yes. So for Mother's Day, I believe it was you and Rachel. I believe it was Rachel's idea.
Rachel's idea. Yep.
Okay. So Rachel wanted to get me some hand-dyed yarn. And so what she did was she contacted Leo and Roxy, and she got them to dye skeins in the birthstone colors of my 3 granddaughters, which was so nice. Yeah. So the colors are, this first one here it's just called October.
Yep.
So that is for Zoe. And what is the birthstone for October? Is it opal?
It's a good question. Hold on.
Anyways.
Look it up.
I think it's opal.
You can keep talking.
It's her daughter.
Well, I know, but I know it's supposed to be pink, but I just can't remember.
Okay, and then this second one here is January, and January is garnet, and that's for Molly.
Yep. So October, is tourmaline or opal?
Tourmaline or opal.
Yep.
Well, opal kind of has that pinkish tinge to it, and then I think you can get tourmaline in the pink.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this is January's, and this is Molly, so that's the garnet.
Yep.
And then Isla was born in April and April is diamond. So this is this really pretty silvery light gray.
Yep.
But like the 3 of them look
really good
together. So I'm actually going to do a shawl. And I'm going to call it my 3G shawl. Aww. For my 3 granddaughters.
3 granddaughters.
So, and anyways, the Casapinka pattern, we'll put the name of it down here because I can't remember the pattern, but it was the one that she put out this year for the local yarn store day. And it's kind of like a shawl poncho thing that you just slip over your shoulders, but it looks like a shawl, and it would look perfect in those colors. And I'm not positive, but I'm thinking of maybe doing it in those.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Anyway, so that was a present from Jacqueline and Rachel for Mother's Day, and the girls,
families,
and the girls. So thank you. Okay, and then this next one also was not anything that I bought. This was I had done a sample sweater for Debbie of the Loving Path, so she gave me the yarn so I could do one for myself.
So pretty.
And this is if you remember back, I did the Nordiska in the navy blue. So I'm going to do a Nordiska for myself now. So the main color is going to be this color here, and this is called Blood Moon. So I have 2 of that one. That's the main color in the Nordiska. And then for the bottom color work, I know you really like this one. I really like that color. This one is called the Loving Path. So it is like, it's speckly, but it's dyed on a gray background. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's got like golds in it, and it's got this like garnety burgundy color in it, and it's got some of the lighter color in it. And then so the third color that's going to go into the Nordiska is this one here, and this one is called Crushed Lilac. And it's really pretty too, and like all 3 of them,
they look so nice. All 3
together look awesome. And this yarn is a new base for her. It's called her Noah Fingering, but it's 100% organic merino, and it's non-superwash. Well, you said that you're feeling it, and it just feels
like plump, like
yeah,
feels really nice.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to knitting that. So then I've just got a couple of more things here. So this one is, you notice there's a purpley pinky theme going on here. Yep. This one is Farmer's Daughter, and it is Foxy Lady which is a fingering weight, but it is 70% superwash merino, 30% silk. So I got this when I was in Florida on the retreat, and I love it. And I need a cardigan. So I've got enough that I'm going to do a cardigan in that. And I think that would be a perfect cardigan for like spring and summer because it's just,
it's kind of
it'll be mostly,
mostly,
and
it's got mostly cream, but it's got those,
lots of
flecks of color in it. So,
yeah. And then when we went to Knit in Public Day.
Yes, which we didn't get any pictures of. I'm so disappointed. I know, well, we forgot.
I got yarn.
We were too busy knitting. Yes, you did get yarn.
So we went to Knit in Public Day at Little Red Mitten in St. Thomas. And we did knit. We actually knit for probably about an hour and a half sitting outside, which you said was really nice too.
I don't usually knit on a weekend at that time. I don't get that amount of time to just sit and knit, so it was nice.
So anyway, so I got some Leo and Roxy yarn.
She's up.
And this color is called, where is it? What does it say? Straw into Gold. Yeah. Okay, so that color is called Straw into Gold. And then this one is called, I can't find it. Oh, it's on the label.
Patches to Patches.
Oh, okay. And this one's called Patches to Patches. So anyways, I think I'm going to do the Brunswick Tea by Marie Green with these. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it'll be, I can't remember. I think it's actually, this is on top and then it's got the gold around the bottom.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah. So that's Leo and Roxy 80-20 sock. And I really liked it. I like the colors. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, right? Because I normally have pinks.
Yeah, it's usually pinks
But I really like that. Okay?
Yep.
And then before we move on here, I just wanted to show you this. So my friend Kelly, who is the Tangled Stitch Shop, she made this bag for me to try out for her because she's going to put them in her shop. So she wanted like someone to try them out and see if they liked it. And I love it. I love it. Like I can fit so much in here. Like I've got 2 or 3 projects in there. It's got this really nice pocket, zippered pocket on the outside.
Such a good idea.
Well, like I've gone out, if I'm going for coffee, I'll just stick like my phone and my credit card in the front pocket. Yeah. And you don't even have to take a purse.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it fits like really nice on my shoulder. Yep, to carry it.
Yep.
It's really nicely lined inside, and then to go with it, she's also done these little matching notions pouches. So yeah, it's perfect. I have used it since she gave it to me. I've used it like every day. She's got gorgeous inside lining in it. It's canvas. It's a nice weight. I love the colors in the fabric that she used, but gorgeous bag. So thanks, Kelly. And then I had one other little thing that I was going to show that I got in Florida.
Oh yeah.
It's right here. Okay, so this is by Acre Works, and it's a little knitting toolkit. So we got these in our swag bag.
Yep.
But it's really neat. It's like a little notions thing, all in one. So on the top here, it's got like a gauge measurement, right? So you can put it across and measure your stitches.
Yep.
But then inside, you've got your scissors, you've got a tape measure, there's some sewing needles, there's the little light bulb stitch markers. There's all your needle measurements all the way around, so you can stick your needle in the side to see what size you've got. It's all magnetized, so
that's awesome.
nothing falls out.
Anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and again, you've got your like little measuring tool across it. I just think that's a great idea. So, really like it. But I was kind of keeping it all nice and neat here so that I could show you before I started using it. Okay. So that's it for me for acquisitions.
Yep.
How about you?
I have one. Let me finish this row.
Okay. You're going to be done that dishcloth.
I know. I really need to.
I know. Now you're motivated.
More of these.
I know. Well,
so
the yarn hoarder, Amber, that does the yarn hoarder, she does that dishcloth challenge where she says you should make one every week.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the year, you've got 52 dishcloths for yourself to give away for, and really, look how fast you're going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like doing one a week would be like,
I think doable and manageable for me.
Yes.
And to still even be working on other stuff too. So.
Yeah. So.
So I have one acquisition because unfortunately our Mary Maxim here is closing.
Yeah.
Which I mean we do go to occasionally to pick up some stuff. So I got a thing of the Stella Sock Twins. I think this colorway is really cool.
It is,
I think
it
it's
is
gonna
actually
knit up.
It's like it's black to gray, but it's got other little flecks of color in it. And then
so.
it's gonna be gradient when you knit it, right? Because it goes from the dark to the light, or depending on how you pull it.
Yep.
From the light to the dark.
Light to the dark. So.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm excited to see how those will knit up. And you got some too?
I did get some too, but anyway, didn't pass it up.
Yeah. So
I have to stop buying so much. I'm gonna try. I am trying, but it's not working.
Stuff like is marked down, so I mean,
yeah,
it's nice yarn for
And I mean, like some of what I mean, obviously I bought some things when I went to Florida, and I bought gifts.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Do you want
to come see Zoe?
Do you want to come say goodbye?
Zoe just woke up from her nap.
Hey. Are you still a little bit asleep? Hi.
Hey. Do you want to wave hi to the camera?
Can you say hi?
Can you say hi?
Can you wave hi? No.
Anyway, so that's it for acquisitions.
Yep.
So
I think that's all from us.
I think
this
that's
episode.
all. Yep.
Get started on your Christmas gifts and get those into the KAL. We'll have that open
July
July 1st.
Yep. So get those in there and keep on knitting your socks.
Yeah.
And there you go. If you do socks and then there are socks that's a gift from somebody, you can enter them in both.
In both, yeah, for sure.
So that's it for this time, and we'll see you next time, and happy knitting, and bye everybody.
Bye.